Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of the UF DPM Meet the Alumni. Today, our guest is Dr. Blaire Colvin. Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Colvin. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself before we start this interview?
Hi, everyone. I'm Blaire. I graduated in May of 2018 from the DPM program. I'm currently living in Alabama working for FMC, which is an agricultural sciences company, as a technical service manager covering several states in the Southeast. And I'm also still an owner in my family farm in North Florida and periodically go down and grow peanuts.
So for our first question, why did you decide to enroll in the DPM program?
I decided to enroll in the DPM program because I was really looking for something that was more broad. I didn't want to just be pigeonholed into one area of science. I did both my undergrad and master's at UF in the agronomy department, so I had taken most of those classes, and from working in farming and consulting, I knew I wanted more knowledge about plant diseases and insects, and the DPM program, with it being so broad, met all of those needs.
After graduation, what career paths or opportunities were available to you?
After graduation, there was lots of different career paths open to you as a DPM graduate. You could go in industry like I chose to do, go in government, academia, independent consulting, farm manager. I mean, pretty much you can do whatever you want with this degree. I personally was interested in ag industry. So when I started applying for jobs after I graduated, there was all sorts of different things open to me. I decided to go the technical route where I could really use all the skills and diagnostic skills I got in my degree. But really, that's one of the great things about the DPM degree is that you can pretty much do whatever you want with it and go in whichever direction fits your interests.
Could you tell us a little bit more about your current occupation and how the DPM program helped prepare you for some of the responsibilities of your current position?
My current job, I am the technical service manager with FMC, and I cover Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So basically what I do as a technical service manager, we support sales. So I get questions all the time on a variety of crops, because in this region we're so diverse, and it may be things on, related to our products. We manufacture insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, so it could be down any one of those areas, or just general agronomic questions from sales reps, from customers, from farmers, all kinds of stuff every day. So in one day, I may be getting an insect question and then a weed question, and how do we manage this? So literally every day I use knowledge that I gained in the DPM program. And one thing I'd say I use a lot is the diagnostic skills that we were trained in specifically. So I go out to fields, look at the problems, try to figure out, what disease is this or what insect. So all those as much of a pain as insect classification was and immatures, it's very, very useful. So pretty much every day I use those type of skills to do my job. And then another thing that I use, we have to be pretty creative. We do a lot of teaching and educational things for our sales force. So ways to take complex topics and put them in a more, easy to understand way. And that's something we did a lot of through the extension opportunities we had with DPM, being involved in the club and all the leadership opportunities we had during that program. I'd say I'd still build on those skills every day. But it's a pretty fun job because you do get to still work in entomology and weed science and all the different areas we get to do in DPM. We work with universities and run research trials. So all the research experience I gained while in college has been really useful. So basically, I think the DPM degree is a perfect fit for the job I'm in now.
Yeah, that's great. Is there, just out of curiosity, is there one particular area that you seem to focus in on more, or is it just kind of an average of a little bit of everything all the time?
It's definitely everything all the time. New crops, new pests I've never heard of. We're learning every day. So that's what I'm really fortunate to be in the Southeast, where we are so diverse. And so, some days I'm learning stuff from somebody else. I'll get a call, on a crop I've never worked in. And then I have to go investigate that and what pests and problems are there. And so it's never dull, is what I would say.
Are there any challenges that your DPM degree has helped you overcome?
I mean, I guess one of the first challenges that you have to overcome when you finish your doctorate degree is getting a job. And so certainly the DPM degree helped me in overcoming the challenge of obtaining a job. And I think it gave me a really good advantage. So when I was interviewing, it was commented by some of my interviewers when I interviewed for several positions that they were extremely impressed with the scope of the DPM degree and how broad it was, and especially for industry, when we work across disciplines, that it really was perfectly suited for industry compared to a more traditional PhD where you may be the expert in peanut diseases or whatever it is you did your dissertation on. You kind of lacked, they have to train those type of people in like entomology and weed science if they're pathology PhD. So something like that, I think it was unique, it was different, and then the rigorous training that they saw came with it definitely helps you when getting a job and makes you a unique candidate, setting you out, from the pack, in my opinion. So it certainly helped with that. And then of course, just the challenges of every day working in ag, solving growers' problems, what's wrong in the crop, going through the diagnostic procedure, and then making a recommendation. I use it every day. I can't talk enough about how valuable this degree is. And as I've been working in industry, I work with, university people, I work with independent consultants, I work with farmers, retailers, everybody in ag. And when we get on the subject of what my degree is in, they are always extremely impressed with the broadness of the knowledge base we have and really interested. And so it's definitely something, use it when you're interviewing, when you're working, sell the DPM degree because it's really awesome. Even though a lot of people may not be as familiar with it, I think it really helped me get where I am now.
For our final question today, do you have any advice for current or prospective DPM students?
I would say if you're a current student or thinking about joining the program, the biggest piece of advice I would tell you is to take every opportunity you're given. You may have an idea of thinking, I want to do this, or I only want to work in entomology, or whatever it may be. And I would say keep an open mind. And if there's like a research opportunity that comes up to work in a lab or work with someone, doing field research or a different internship that maybe wasn't what you had in mind, take it. Because you never know, and as many different opportunities as you can experience while you're in the program will help you later on. And the other thing I would say is just, network and meet as many people as you can, whether that's professors, people in industry, your peers right now, like you'll still stay in contact with them. And what's crazy about agriculture is it's not that big. And so since I've graduated, I go to meetings and I see people I went to grad school with. And then people, you have a connection there. It can really help you with your career, and just, it's fun to stay in touch. So, take all those opportunities, meet as many people as you can, and just be open-minded about where you might go in your career. Because sometimes you end up somewhere you may not have thought, and it really ends up being a great fit for you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Colvin, for the wonderful interview and taking the time to share with our viewers today your experience and advice for DPM students. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of the UF DPM Meet the Alumni. Stay tuned for more episodes.